Today, we'll unlock the gates to 12 legendary old Hollywood homes, from flamboyant pink palaces to spooky hillside retreats. Each property reveals something about the star who built it, partied in it, or lost it all within its walls. Our first stop is a house so audacious that it practically screamed for attention. Jane Mansfield's Pink Palace.
And also the new J. Arthur Rank film, A Town Like Alice.
Built in the late 1950s on a quiet Beverly Hills street, this cotton candy-colored mansion became a neon beacon of Mansfield's desire to stand out. Walls, carpets, and even the pool all paid homage to her favorite color, pink. It had a champagne fountain rumored to flow during her notorious midnight gatherings. Beneath the playful surface, Mansfield was battling to carve out a niche in a Hollywood overshadowed by Marilyn Monroe's stardom. Her Pink Palace wasn't just a home, it was her personal stage for press interviews and photo spreads. Yet the upkeep was enormous. After her tragic death in 1967, new owners struggled to preserve its kitschy charm. By the early 2000s, the Pink Palace was demolished, leaving behind only rose-tinted memories of a star who refused to be ignored. Comedy legend Bob Hope was known for his quick wit and philanthropic spirit.
You've got so much money, and I hope you
Well,
live
what made you think I had a lot of money?
Well, because I always read about your...
You don't know anything about my investments. I was lucky. My brother was in the real estate business. He helped take care of a farm I had.
Right.
And he had nothing else to do, so he went in the real estate business. He used to call me and say, hey, there's 35 acres over here. I said, how much? I was busy making pictures and doing all the stuff, you know.
Right.
How much is it? He said, oh, 20,000. I said, buy it.
And his Toluca Lake estate mirrored that mix of class and conviviality. Spanning 5 acres, the property featured a sizable private golf course, Hope's pride and joy, where celebrities, politicians, and sports icons teed off for charity events. The main house blended classic Hollywood design with airy sunlit rooms, ideal for get-togethers that often extended into joke-filled late nights. After Hope's passing in 2003, debates arose over the future of the property. Some campaigned to preserve it as a museum to honor his comedic legacy. Others saw it as prime real estate. Eventually, portions were renovated or sold off, but the estate still stands as a testament to Bob Hope's brand of stardom, glamorous, welcoming, and underpinned by a genuine commitment to entertaining and giving back. Long before talkies, Buster Keaton dominated silent films with daredevil stunts and deadpan humor.
To free me, he used to kick over my head, and his foot come down there and knock me loose from there. And as I slid back across the stage this way, he saw that it was me, he had a hold of myself. He chased me right out of the theater, see?
Off-screen, he constructed a Beverly Hills estate in the 1920s, rumored to have around 20 rooms, a trout stream, and even an aviary. Keaton's knack for engineering extended here. He personally added secret bars and quirky contraptions, turning his home into a giant comedic set piece. But as Hollywood transitioned to sound, Keaton's career plunged into financial turmoil. Maintaining such a lavish home became impossible. He was forced to sell it, symbolizing the heartbreak of a silent-era star left behind by new technology. The estate changed hands repeatedly and eventually lost many of its original whimsical features. Today, only faint traces of Keaton's comedic genius echo throughout the grounds, a bittersweet reminder of a man who built entire worlds, on-screen and off, yet saw them slip away. Moving into the comedic realm of television, we find Lucille Ball and her Spanish colonial-style Beverly Hills estate. Here, Lucy's life with Desi Arnaz took shape, both personally and professionally. The property was a frequent brainstorming hub for Desilu Productions, the company that gave us I Love Lucy and revolutionized TV filming techniques.
It's not nonsense. I did dance with Van Johnson. I danced with Van Johnson this afternoon.
Now look, honey, wait a minute. This is me, will you? This is not Carolyn. You're talking to Ricky, remember?
Though famed for her comedic persona, Lucy faced real pressures balancing family life and an empire of hit shows. This home, with its warm stucco walls, red-tiled roof, and cozy patios, offered an oasis from studio stress. Yet it also witnessed heartbreak as Lucy and Desi eventually divorced. Over time, renovations slightly dimmed the original 1920s charm, but for fans, the location remains the definitive Lucy address, the place she truly called home, away from the studio lights. In Palm Springs, a different brand of star life emerges. Frank Sinatra's Twin Palms estate, built in 1947, stood as a hallmark of mid-century modern cool.
Position and who should cross the line into where we lived and cross the line into where they lived, you see. And I must say there were many times when I had to go on an errand and I skirted certain areas of the town.
Its most famous feature, a piano-shaped pool, matched Sinatra's legendary music career. Floor-to-ceiling windows, sleek furnishings, and open common areas made it a perfect pad for Rat Pack soirees. Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., and other big names frequently passed through for cocktails, music, and long nights under the desert sky. But the estate had its share of drama. During Sinatra's stormy marriage to Ava Gardner, heated arguments allegedly left physical evidence, like a crack in a bathroom sink from a flying champagne bottle. Sinatra eventually moved on, and the home changed owners multiple times, but careful restoration kept the mid-century vibe intact. Fans and architecture buffs alike see Twin Palms as a desert gem, a place that captures Sinatra at his swaggering best. Another icon from an earlier era was Rudolph Valentino, the silent screen heartthrob. In the 1920s, he purchased a Beverly Crest mansion named Falcon Lair. Styled with Moorish arches, wrought iron balconies, and dramatic towers, it exuded old-world romance. Valentino was said to adore the estate, but ironically, his time there was heartbreakingly short. He passed away in 1926 at just 31. Following his death, fans gathered at the gates, leaving notes and flowers, fueling rumors that Valentino believed the house was somehow ill-fated. Over the decades, subsequent owners reported eerie noises and apparitions, Valentino's ghost supposedly drifting through the halls. Falcon Lair was eventually demolished in the 2000s, leaving only stories of a star who found too little time to enjoy his dream home. Few estates were as iconic as Pickfair, the 42-room mansion Mary Pickford shared with husband Douglas Fairbanks.
Well, it's very nice to be able to thank them all, and especially you. Thank you.
Dubbed Hollywood's royal couple, the two turned this Beverly Hills property into a social hub. Albert Einstein, Amelia Earhart, and Charlie Chaplin frequented star-studded galas in a screening room or by the pool, where Fairbanks once canoed with guests for laughs. Yet behind the laughter lay real heartbreak. Their divorce in the 1930s saw the estate become more of a lonely fortress for Pickford, who retreated within its walls, seldom venturing out. Decades later, actress Pia Zadora controversially demolished most of the structure, citing extensive termite damage. Pickfair's downfall incited a wave of anger from historians, calling it a tragic erasure of Hollywood's golden heritage. In Santa Monica, Marion Davies, silent film star and companion to media tycoon William Randolph Hearst, presided over a seafront estate so grand it nearly eclipsed anything on the West Coast.
Oh, you're screwy and you don't know it. Screwy, listen here. That's the last time you'll insult me. Do you hear that? You little brat. I'll kill you. You cut it out. Listen. Oh, listen. You're getting too fresh. Oh, you now. Oh, now my please.
With over 100 rooms, 55 bathrooms, and lushly appointed ballrooms, it was the ultimate party pad during the 1920s. Winston Churchill, Charlie Chaplin, F. Scott Fitzgerald, some of the biggest names of the day, mingled by the ocean, forging an atmosphere reminiscent of Gatsby-esque extravagance. Yet behind the spectacle was a complicated reality. Davies struggled to be recognized for her own talents, overshadowed by Hearst's power and controlling nature. Over time, financial complications led to the property's subdivision. Most of it was destroyed, leaving only a fraction that's now the Annenberg Community Beach House. Strolling there today, you can still sense those shimmering echoes of an era that valued glitz, but often devoured the stars who glimmered most brightly. Switching to a more subdued home, Marilyn Monroe's final residence in Brentwood was worlds apart from Davies' vast palace.
I would rather say that I have director approval, and that is true.
This you think is important?
Yes, it is. Very important to me.
Yet it remains among the most poignant properties in all of Hollywood lore. Bought in early 1962, the Spanish-style bungalow reflected Marilyn's desire for a stable, cozy sanctuary away from intrusive paparazzi. She decorated with warm Mexican tiles and personal keepsakes, creating an almost cottage-like charm in a city known for opulence. Within months, tragedy struck. In August 1962, Marilyn passed away in one of the bedrooms, leaving behind a swirl of conspiracy theories and a home that fans still visit, leaving flowers and heartfelt notes. Successive owners updated certain rooms, but the house stands, bridging sorrow and stardom, reminding us that even the brightest star can find themselves longing for simple peace. From bombs on screen to technology behind the scenes, Hedy Lamarr was more than a pretty face.
Go down and meet the packet.
Why should I? The sailors will all come up here anyway.
Oh, but the best ones get picked off down at the door.
She invented frequency-hopping techniques that paved the way for modern Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. She also lived in a modernist Hollywood Hills home that matched her futuristic mindset. With floor-to-ceiling glass and minimalist furniture, the house was rumored to contain a hidden workshop where Lamarr tinkered with her inventions, far from the prying eyes of a film industry that saw her only as a glamorous star. Though overshadowed in her time, future homeowners discovered evidence of her tinkering: old schematics stuffed in boxes, half-complete mechanical contraptions. The property changed hands and endured various remodels. While it might not be as famous as some sprawling mansions, this was ground zero for one of Hollywood's most brilliant minds. Back to the Rat Pack. Dean Martin once called a sleek mid-century modern home in Trousdale Estates his personal sanctuary.
We go down to the Springs at our little home. It's just a small house, and we take the children there. But we have to take them in shifts, you know. About 2.5 at a time down there.
Built in the 1960s, the property boasted sprawling floor plans, glass walls for panoramic city views, and an effortless indoor-outdoor flow, perfect for those famed Rat Pack parties. Martin's easygoing charm translated into an atmosphere of elegant relaxation, where iconic names sipped martinis by the pool and swapped jokes until early morning. After his passing, the estate changed ownership and faced various renovations. Some owners tried preserving the original mid-century design. Others layered modern luxuries that clashed with its 1960s vibe. Even so, for fans, the Dean Martin house remains a nostalgic emblem of a singer who embraced L.A. nightlife with a casual grin. To close out our star-studded lineup, let's peek into Charlie Chaplin's lesser-known Beverly Hills home. In the 1920s, the silent film pioneer craved a private haven where he could practice lines, rehearse comedic routines, and entertain close friends without the industry's glare. Unassuming on the outside, the property featured hidden passageways, a mini-stage for impromptu skits, and a discreet wine cellar. Chaplin valued his privacy immensely. Some say he used a concealed back entrance to dodge paparazzi or slip away from hectic Hollywood. As talkies replaced silent films, Chaplin wrestled with the changing landscape, but his home stayed a consistent refuge. Over time, successive owners discovered Chaplin-esque touches, like a partially bricked-over door connecting two reading nooks, while modernizing the property. Although overshadowed by grander estates, Chaplin's house stands for the quieter artistry that turned comedic genius into real-life sanctuary. From pink champagne fountains to secret inventors' workshops, these 12 old Hollywood homes reveal just how personal and sometimes tragic these grand estates could be. Many faced demolition, a few survived in fragments, and others remain locked away under new owners. Regardless of their fate, they each carry echoes of a golden era, bridging starry dreams with the cold reality of time. Which of these mansions left you most intrigued? Was it Jane Mansfield's cotton candy palace, or Hedy Lamarr's hidden laboratory hideaway? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you love delving into vintage Hollywood secrets, subscribe for more deep dives. Thank you for watching, and remember, even the grandest illusions fade, but their stories never truly disappear.